Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? Tell me in the comment section. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you for last week's video. Thank you for your support. You know, a lot of new subscribers also joined last week, so thank you and welcome to the Bura Go channel. If you are already a returning subscriber, you already know how much I love you and how much you mean to me. Thank you very much. Well, from the title and from the thumbnail, you can already tell that today's video is a gist, and I'm so grateful that I can finally, tell it as a gist. But when this situation was happening to me, oh my god, I was so frustrated. So now straight to the video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so that you get notified when I post a new video. Please share the video with your other mom friends, and don't forget to like and comment. Please share your stories in the comment section. I'm already excited. So yesterday I went to the city center with my daughter, and before I went, let me even give you the backstory. My husband went to work because he does hybrid job, so he goes to work on some days, and then he went to work, and I had to go to city center to get some things, and after that go for an appointment at the hospital. However, in my mind, I had, first of all, I was already stressed in my head, like, hey, how do I do it? Because I usually don't go out alone with her. My husband almost always carries us everywhere together, and that way I'm able to move with ease. And whenever we have to do like family shopping and all, we go together because our work and life has permitted us to be able to do that. Obviously this is not being insensitive to people that are having to do it alone. Like in fact, I can fully understand what you guys are going through now, and I empathize with anyone and everyone that's having to pull the weight by themselves or having to do a lot of work by themselves in this motherhood journey. So I already planned it mentally. Okay, I'm going to use the stroller, she'll be fine, buckle her in, take the bus. Hopefully she will enjoy what she's seeing and she'll be at her best. I even prayed about this situation, that God, please just let everything work together for my good. Let this girl be at her best. I actually always pray about it whenever I want to do anything and I need my daughter to be at her best. I'm like, Holy Spirit, just take control. So I left my house happily. We entered the bus and then we got to the city center, and I started to push my daughter around. Got to the first store, Poundland. I was trying to pick things. That was where she just started becoming uncomfortable. I gave her food. She didn't collect it, so I moved on. I put the food back in the warmer, and then I kept shopping, and it started to make noise, and I ignored, and then I left Poundland, and I started to walk towards Boots. If you know Birmingham City Center, then you should be able to mentally connect to those places. So there's like a walkway, and then I started to, walk to Boots. From Poundland to Boots, she was screaming in such a way that she just started to cry in such a way that I did not understand. I'm like, what did I do to this girl? Or what's wrong with this girl? And everybody started to look at me. I've never experienced that thing before. I've always seen mothers struggling with their babies, and in my mind, I'll be like, oh wow, like why is this child crying so much? Like I'll be looking at the other person like, okay, why can't you attend to the child? Or like sort of like judging. It happened to me live and direct yesterday, and first of all, I apologize and beg for forgiveness for every person that I've ever judged in my life, because I will never do that again. My daughter humbled me yesterday, schooled me and trained me all together. So she started to scream, and she was not even crying, she was screaming. So you can imagine the attention on me, and it was just me and her and the load I was carrying from where I shopped. And people were looking at me like, like, can't you answer her? I was sharp going and going. I just saw a bench and I packed the stroller. I'm like, madam, please, what do you want? I tried to give her food. She didn't collect food. I tried to, hug her. Oh, she didn't take anything. It was cold. We were outside and I was working by the clock, so I needed to get moving. She didn't answer me, and I was not about. So I really think that what she wanted at that point was to just be free and be walking by herself. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury of time where I'll be holding child, because once you leave her to walk by herself, she wants to run away. She wants to run away, and I cannot, you know, be holding her, be pushing stroller, carrying load. It would be too much, so I didn't release her from the seat. And then I pushed her into boots. We got to boots from the entry. Like, she was still crying. No, she was crying serious. Like, in fact, she was weeping. She was not crying. And then when we got to boots, I was shopping. You know, obviously the cry was disturbing me mentally. I was very stressed already, but I was still trying to look for the things that I went to buy. And, you know, she kept crying and crying. People were looking at me like, don't you know what you are doing? And, you know, that's how, you know, I got to the place, you know, where I was looking for sunscreen. And then one lady was like, ekpeleo. Oh my God, how she knew that I was a Yoruba mom, I don't know. She just said ekpeleo. I'm like, thank you, Eshima. I just said Eshima. She was like, hey, it happens like that sometimes. Well, this student will make you look like you don't know what you're doing. I said, I'm just tired. I've never experienced this before. And she was like, okay, try and carry her out of the buggy, remove her jacket, let her, you know, be free. I did every single thing. My daughter was still crying. Like, she cries so much. I've never seen her cry like that in her toddler years. You know, like, I know she cries and we attend to her, but that nothing could console her. I don't know if she was having an emotional meltdown. And of all places to pick your emotional meltdown, why? Why is it in public when every eyes was on me? If not that I was in the public yesterday, the way I was so you know, unhappy and angry, it is weird. Let me not say what I would have done, but obviously there's no I couldn't have done anything. And you know, thinking about it now, she was also having a hard time at that time. So, you know, as hard as it is for me to remember, I have to re-engineer my brain to understand that whenever she's crying and, you know, agitated like that, she's also going through a lot. So I should be empathetic towards her and try to understand her and come to her level. Unfortunately, I did not have that time yesterday because I was also rushing for a doctor's appointment. Okay, so I finished what I was, you know, like I finished attending to her. She eventually ate. After she ate, she started crying again, was making noise. That's how somebody from, you know, the office within Boots just came upstairs and then was like, oh, is everything all right? I'm like, can't you see? Are you blind? Is everything is all right? In my mind, you know, I didn't say that. I said, oh, everything is fine. And then she was like, okay, you know, like they just see that she's been crying. In my head, I'm like, hey, God, these people are watching me. Any wrong move like this, God forbid batting. No, it is not my own child. They will correct. You know, I just started to pray. I was like, Holy Spirit, please help me. Please help me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I'm stressed. Why is this girl behaving like this? Anyway, you know, I left the house around past 3. And my appointment was for 5:20 at the hospital. That's like 2 hours plus, you know. So I had enough time. By the time I got to Boot and my daughter's shenanigans and everything, it was already to 5. You know, I was just like, okay, let me just pay for these things and start going to the hospital so I don't miss my appointment again. Because the appointment is once, you know, like, is not something that I can quickly get another booking for. Only for me to, you know, push my daughter out. After I sorted her a bit, I had to even carry her because she won't sit down in the stroller again. So I carried her. I carried my luggage. Okay, I had to put my luggages inside the stroller where she was supposed to sit. And then I started to push it with one hand. I carried her with one hand. Both of my hands were, you know, numb and almost dead yesterday. And then I got outside. Time to book Uber. Uber did not book. There was no network. I was like, oh my God, what is all this? Who did I offend? I called my friend. She managed to help me book Uber in, you know, like all of that shot took her like another 20-30 minutes. I entered Uber. There was traffic. The traffic, I don't know where that traffic came from. Everything shall made me get to the hospital like 10 minutes late. And unfortunately, as I was walking into the hospital with all my bag and baggages that my daughter are pushing and everything, that's how the receptionist was like, oh, are you Miss Wural? I said, yes, I am. She said, oh, I'm sorry, the nurse will see you. I just started to cry. Like, immediately said the nurse will not see you. I think I'd been overwhelmed with everything my daughter was doing, and, you know, I didn't have, you know, a better way to express myself. I just started to cry. I was like, oh my God, not today. What is this? Like, I tried my best to make it on time. I started to cry that I just went to sit down first, and then my daughter too was crying. Like I said, she was on a crying spree yesterday. She too, she was crying, I was crying. We both sat down there. We were crying, stop crying inside the hospital reception. People were looking at us. I don't even care because I was just overwhelmed. Then another receptionist came. I was like, you know, she tried to encourage me. I took encouragement in my head. I was thinking, oh, I was still praying for favor. I'm like, Holy Spirit, favor me, favor me, favor me. God, please favor me. Let them respect my tears. Anyway, I on top of all the tears back and forth. So originally they were not even going to give me another date because I missed the appointment, but luckily, because you know, like I count it as the favor I got, was okay. The other receptionist tried to talk to the nurse. She was not going to have it. Obviously, I was supposed to be the last patient for that day for what I needed, and I came late, so they attended someone else. So the nurse couldn't fit me in because it was already almost 6 o'clock and they closed at 6. So I booked another date to another time. And even though I was sad, I was very, very sad, you know, like, I just took my time to attend to my daughter, and, you know, I wiped my tears as well. But I felt better after I cried, and I wiped my tears as well. And then I started to go back. I'm like, no, I'm not taking Uber again. This time we're going to go on bus. We're going to enter bus. So, so as I was walking, you know, crossing the road, I was still feeling sad and overwhelmed. And then I was just like, Holy Spirit, I'm so sad. You know, like, you know, I tried my best. I really wanted to make it, if not for this girl's tantrum and everything. You know, like, I was so sad. And I feel like the devil was even adding salt to the injury that you see. There's what is favor, you are not favored and everything. Like, so many things started to come up in my head. And I thank God that, you know, the Holy Spirit, you know, brought this song to my mind. And it was, I still got joy in chaos, because yesterday was chaotic for me. It was chaotic, and then I started to sing it. I still got joy in fear, and then fresh tears started coming out. I know I'm dramatic, but oh my God, what was that? I had a very, very funny, exhausting day, but I'm so grateful because I was stretched. This season has stretched me, and I'm grateful. As hard as it has been, I'm really grateful. I like it. I like to stretch, even though I'm very resistant to stretch and change and discomforting situations, but I love it for me, and I know that it is, you know, what I need. Please, moms, share similar stories with me. Please let me know if I am not alone. Let me know that I am not alone in the comment section. Tell me the things that your toddlers have done, you know, to frustrate or make your life beautiful publicly, because this was like a public situation. And I will not lie to you, yesterday I felt like I failed as a mom, because the way she was crying and everybody were looking at me, I was like, hey, he's delayed, but what can I do? I said, now I was praying, oh God, please help me, please help me. You know, and yeah, it was hard, but I was happy that after I sang that song, I felt better, you know, I felt better, I felt lighter, and I was able to carry on my day with joy, because I actually started yesterday very happy and hopeful. So that situation, you know, wanted to tamper with it somehow, but God is faithful, ever faithful Father. Thank you. Okay, this is the end of my rant. To be honest, a new idea just came to me, and it's, you know, to start to document my tales as a toddler mom, you know, because this season is interesting, and I just to share some of the struggles and the joys of raising a toddler. So please let me know if it's a welcome idea, if you'd like to hear more stories or just like this. You know, I'm happy to, you know, document them when they happen. And obviously my goal for sharing is that, you know, another mom that has a toddler that they're struggling with will watch this and know that they are not alone. That's my ultimate goal. And I really hope you have enjoyed the video. Please, please, and please make sure you leave a comment. Do not watch to this point and not leave a comment. Leave a comment, especially if you're a mom. Tell us how your toddler has frustrated you before in the past, especially publicly. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.